he's in his bedside crib. James has gone to Warhammer tonight, so I'm in bed early, and I thought I would try and get this koi carp illustration from last week finished. I'm really loving the colour palette. It's a limited one, so I'm just trying to stick to these colours. Obviously I've gone a bit lighter and darker in areas just for some contrast, but it's been one of the best things for trying to develop my style and my work in general, is to pick a limited colour palette, and I use like a random colour generator, so it really is just like chosen for you, but it forces you to stick to colours that you would perhaps never have chosen before or thought to put together. I love these colours all together, I think they're really pretty. So let's see if we can finish the koi carp. I'm rewatching Emily in Paris because it's like my comfort show. Yeah, that's me done for the evening. So it's swimming day for us, and I'm just going to pack the bear's bag whilst he has a sleep. I've got my swimming costume. He wears these little swim nappies, and then over the top the budgie smugglers. How cute are the budgie smugglers? Oh god, oh what is wrong with me? He's got when we enrolled on our baby swimming course, you also get a free pair of budgie smugglers, and they were kind enough to let me pick the next size up, because there's not much point in having two sets of the same size budgie smugglers. So I got these ones, like a woodland print with little pink and green detailing on. It's actually something I feel really quite passionately about. This whole blue is for boys, pink is for girls thing, it actually drives me insane. For example, I was walking through the park the other day to walk home with the bear, and we walked past the children's play area, and I heard a little boy, teeny tiny tot he was, he picked a hairball up off the floor and he took it over to his family, and I heard them say, that's not for you, that's a little girl's bow, you're not a little girl. And it just broke my heart, because I just thought, oh, let the kid play with the bow. If they want to wear the bow, does it really matter? I just and I have had a couple of comments in the past, because little bear has got some pink cloth nappies. The other day I got him some Easter bunny leggings and top from Sainsbury's, from the girls section. One of them's like a mauvey sort of pink set, and the other is grey. But there's always more choice in the girls section. Is that just how things are? I don't think he'll be in those ones. It's been a couple of weeks since it's been, because the pool was having some maintenance done, so I'm hoping these ones still fit. They should be fine. But yeah, there's always like a bit more choice, and I just saw the Easter bunny leggings and tops and thought they were super cute, and then I found myself thinking, why couldn't he wear them? What's the big deal? I don't get it. I really don't get it. This whole blue pink world that we live in. Alright, bag is packed. I need to get my budgie smugglers on later. Any idea where Custard is today, Vespies? So I finally got round to starting to pop some bits onto Vinted. The username for me is the same as it is here, it's just Ellis Jade, in case you fancy a mooch. But there's some of Little Bear's clothes, there's my maternity leggings as well. I am still wearing some maternity stuff just because it's comfortable, and not much else fits me right now, which is fine. But I'm just back on my fitness journey. and eating healthy. But yeah, I've picked out some of my favourite bits to like keep back, but I'm well aware I can't keep all of it. I also have a few bits from the weekend. So the weekend we went into Leicester and Little Bear's grandma bought him some books. So they are lovely little animal books, some colours, and then these ones. I've been resisting these, and I told her I've been resisting getting these because there's so many and I would just want to collect all of them. But Little Bear's grandma, her favourite thing is dragons. So this one is like, this one represents like grandma. If I see the llama one, I might have to get that, and the unicorn one is on my list as well. But there's loads of cute ones and they're just such nice books, but I've held off buying them myself because I know I'll just want to collect them all, whereas she started it for me, so I was like, okay, I've now got an excuse. This one is beautiful. It's got some stunning illustrations in it. I could have stayed in Waterstones at the weekend for hours, but it was really busy as well, so I just wanted to get in, get out, come home. It's a really, really stunning book. And then the ones that I chose for him are these ones, so I got 3 as well. There's this cute one, Are You There, Little Puppy? And it's got like peepholes in it, so that you can kind of like have more of an interactive, and lots of touchy-feeliness on there as well. It's just a really cute little book. It's like little holes in it. I apologise if you can hear him snoring in the background. This one is beautiful and it's got again lots of interactive pages. Each one there's stuff on it. So I can't wait till he understands a bit more. We can actually read these together and I can ask him like, where are the mice? And I'll watch this one. This one's cool. It's like got the wings. I could look at children's books forever. Grasshoppers. Whee. Oh, so relaxing to me. This one's cool. So this one is like, you spin this and the swallows just keep coming. And then the bees, beep, 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 beep. Isn't it a great one? I mean, I'm entertained by this, so I can only imagine what he's going to think. They're new books, so the pages are kind of sticking together a bit, but oh my, beep, 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 beep. I just love it. I love it so much. Butterflies. That one. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, and they're all different too. Eee. And then the last one I got for him is this one, because, not gonna lie, I got this because the illustration's beautiful. I don't know what the story's like. It's got a bit of glitter to it. I think I've got a unicorn one of these already in my collection of children's books. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, but look at this. Beautiful. So I've just been into the studio and I do have, it's this one, but it's a kind of, it's slightly different. So mine's like paperback, whereas the one I got for the bear is a baby board book. But yeah, just as pretty, just as stunning. Beautiful, beautiful books. One of my favourite things in the entire world is children's books. And then I finally found a photo album that I like, because every month so far I've got a pack of photos printed because I love scrapbooking and actually keeping a hard copy of photo albums. And this one was in Paper Chase. So it's this one, Peter Rabbit. It's really cute, blue and yellow on the inside. And it's just got little pockets that you can pop your photos in, so I can't wait to just have like an hour to myself, or whilst he's asleep, and just pop all of these in because they're just so pretty. I can't wait for it to like come to life with all of his memories and things. But yeah, just some treats from the weekend. Swimming was a disaster on Friday, not gonna lie. He was not in the mood for it. But we went again today and it was much better, much nicer experience, and just seeing him interact with the other babies as well was really lovely. I guess sometimes I get worried that after the session on Friday, I ran a big bath. So in the evening I just ran a bath that was deep enough for us both to get in. And we just had bath time together. And he loved it. He loves the water. It's just that it's swimming, I guess maybe it's a bit overwhelming. There's a lot more to take in. And it's not in the comfort of his house that he knows and feels comfortable in, so we'll get there. It's just that some sessions don't go very well, but today's one was much better. So I've just been and got this box out of the studio which had a load of files and stuff in it, but I think it would be much nicer as a book box, so I'm just going to keep all of these in here. And then maybe just like rotate them and stuff when he's a bit older. I like the idea of a toy rotation. There's someone I follow on Instagram that does that, and it looks really fun. Good way to keep them interested without having to also keep buying like new things. So the bear and I have just had a little bath together, and now I'm going to sit and get some of this done for a video for my patrons. I need to like screen record it whilst I do it and just show the process. I've got a nice idea for a colour palette for this one. I want it to be quite a dark background and then have it kind of lighter in the foreground, but with some sort of more depth than I would usually do, because I'm trying to push myself a bit out of my comfort zone. Got him here in his rocking seat under my foot, so yeah, let's see what we can do here. So this is the most human that I've looked in days. We've just got back from the Blue Diamond Garden Centre in West Bridgford. We went out with the bear's granddad today and it was lovely. I had a slice of Battenberg cake, a homemade slab. There's half of it downstairs that I had to doggy bag and bring home because it was huge. But I've not had Battenberg cake since before my vegan days, so at least 5 years it's been since Battenberg graced this palette. But it was lovely. It has been snowing today. It's been really, really cold, and considering last week was 18 degrees, I'm kind of scared. But we had a nice little day out. We had to go and figure out where some places are for a rather unfortunate event that's coming up, so I just wanted to like kind of plan my route to know where I'm going, so that on the day I'm not like, where do we need to go? A slight bit of damage was done, not too much. I did get Mr. Cheese a new moss pole, because that's been on my list of plant TLC since before Little Bear was even a dot. I've been meaning to get Mr. Cheese a new moss pole just to support him a bit more. It's been a while actually since I've updated you on Mr. Cheese, and he is the most graceful plant in my house. He is still my favourite, he's my pride and joy. And I went to the garden centre today where I got Mr. Cheese from and saw like how they are when they start out. So the size that I would have got Mr. Cheese from when he was just a teeny tiny little plant, and just seeing how far he's come brings me so much joy. I did get a couple of new plants. Unfortunately, I lost Colby. Colby was my Calathea, and Colby was never a healthy plant. I got Colby from patch plants. This isn't me slating patch plants, by the way, because I buy patch plants as gifts all the time for my family, but I've had 3 and only one of them is still here to tell the tale. So Effie, if you remember, Effie was my English ivy, and I think that Effie just wasn't in the right environment in my studio. She was meant to be unkillable as well, so I really, really, really do not know how I managed to lose Effie. Colby was my first experience with a Calathea, and I didn't realise that Calatheas really, really do not like the water in our area. So I think it was my friend Leanne that actually told me about the water thing with Calatheas. They're very dramatic plants. I do have another Calathea, I'll show you Juliet in a minute, that was a gift from Leanne for my birthday back in November. Juliet is another graceful, probably my second favourite plant in the house. But Colby developed brown spots after I was using just standard tap water, and he was a Calathea plant, and eventually this brown spot, I tried to sort of isolate it and just chop back any sort of brown spot infection that came about, but obviously I couldn't chop too much away because then you risk killing the plant anyway if you just chop too much out. And eventually there was like 3 leaves left, and I just thought, you know what, I'm ready to give up the ghost. It's been a pleasure having you, / not so much of a pleasure because you've been the bane of my life for about a year. And I just thought it was time to let him go. It was a very sad day. I don't let my plants go easily. It's not very often in this house that one dies. I think we try and look after them to the best of our ability. I will say it again though, an app that, not sponsored, no ad required for this, it's just an app that I discovered, is called Picture This, and it's a plant app, so you can scan the plant or just take a picture and it scans it. It tells you what the plant is, what its care requirements are like. If there are any issues with the plant, it will scan and like give it a diagnosis test and tell you how you can improve its lighting, its environment, its watering, stuff like that. And it's an app I use all the time, so whenever I get so, is that right? So whenever I do bring a new plant into the house, I kind of give it a bit of a screening so that I can get to know it before I choose a room to put it in. And it has improved my plant knowledge and understanding how they're all different and they require different things. And when I'm in the garden centre, it means I can scan the plant as well, and just you can see how healthy it is before you buy it. So for Mother's Day, I got each of my mums, I've got 3 mums, I consider myself very lucky, I've got 3 mama figures in my life. So I got them each a plant this year for Mother's Day, and one of them was one of these. So beautiful. Scanning, scanning, scanning. It's called an inch plant. So as you can see, it just scans it and it will, let's see, description, tips, poems, interesting facts. I lifespan annual, so it's an all year round bloom. It tells you colours that are typical with this kind of plant, the flower size. This is quite a small one, so the one that I got from my stepmom was a bit bigger, and it's actually called an Emma on patch plants. And when it got delivered to me, I was really jealous. When I saw that Blue Diamond had these in today, I had to get one. I had this plant pot at home already, so I just thought it was really cute in this one. Look at these colours. It's an absolutely stunning plant, and I'd never seen them before ordering one for my stepmom. So this one, welcome to the family, Emma. I'm going to call this one Christoph. This one says on it, I'm going to butcher that name, Blue Star, something Blue Star, a golden polybody. Common name is a rabbit's foot fern or a cabbage palm fern. Water, moisture loving, keep the soil moist, do not let water accumulate. Fertilisation once in the spring, pruning, trim the deceased. No, trim the diseased. Sorry, my sense of humour has stooped to such a level. Planting time all year round. Potting suggestions, needs excellent drainage in pots. If you have recommendations on where to find beautiful pots for plants, I'm always ears about plant related stuff. But yeah, just 2, a very modest 2 plants today. I was good. Wasn't so good in the children's book section though. I'm just obsessed at the moment. I think because maybe I'm considering it to be maybe a bit of research for myself as well, and not just entertaining my son. But this one is beautiful. It's an eco book, so it's made out of, is it maybe recycled? Yeah, recycled board made from recycled material. So it's a board book, but it's, if you look at the print inside, it's, have you kicked the sock off again? So this one is another flap book, but it's all about kind of teaching children how important the bees are to the planet and the environment. Right, I'm just gonna lay this down. I don't think I ever showed you this actually. It's a play mat that I made for the bear. It's a big leaf shape, but I did it like it's a quilted cushiony type blanket for him to lay on and play. I think I made it whilst I was still keeping my pregnancy on the hush hush, so that's probably why I just completely forgot to show you. I don't think I showed you, but I'm gonna lay that down in front of me, and then there we go. Multitasking, it's never easy. I'm still unsure about when to come back to work. Yeah, good boy. Clever boy. All I know is that last year I did too much, and I'm really worried that I'll come back and it's just gonna fall back into that awful cycle of bang, 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 bang. And I know that I don't have that kind of momentum anymore, because I have a son now and it's just not realistic. However, I'm also fully aware that I feel like last year was, I don't think any of us, to be honest, should ever feel that we have to be constantly bang, 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 bang to get anywhere, especially as freelancers, and to get our work seen and to be any sort of level of success as an artist or a creative. I think, and I've always had the mindset, to be honest with you, is I don't want to make it big. That's not why I do my art or anything like that. I just want to be comfortable. I'm not the sort of person that lives a really lavish lifestyle. I like buying a couple of children's books and plants here and there, but that's about the extent of it. And I've always said to people, I think sometimes people have this assumption that when you start your own business, it's to make it big or build an empire. And don't get me wrong, I do say to myself sometimes, it's my little empire and I'm just working on it. These socks just... But also it's like, it's my scale of an empire. I know the scale of what I consider to be my empire is laughable in somebody else's perspective what an empire is. But I didn't go into self-employment wanting to make it big or to be this big successful entrepreneur. I did it because I wanted to be in more control of my health and be able to be more present as a human being. Obviously most of you know our story as well with bringing a baby into the world and how we just never knew if that was something that we were going to keep trying with because of how much it hurt us the first time around. Oh my goodness, well done, that was a big sneeze or two, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm so grateful to be in this place of flexibility when it comes to little Bear and our future together. And the reason I became self-employed was to just feel that I was living my life and not living it for, you know, having that balance of working so that I could live and not living so that I could work. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all right now, but I like working hard because I like the passion and the drive that it gives me. I like feeling as though my creativity is being channeled into something. I like watching something grow. I like to see my style and my skills develop and learning new things, and also feeling like I'm in more control of my life. But at the same time, where was I going with that? You know, sleep deprivation makes you lose your train of thought and it's so frustrating. Oh, where was I going with that? Just to carry on with wherever I was going with that, because I still haven't got a clue. It's bloody hard work. It really is. And last year I feel like I really did run myself into the ground. This one is really finding his punches and his kicks at the minute, and that's why I'm all over the place, because I'm being kicked and punched right now because he's finding himself, aren't you? And you're so strong. Oh, I need to remember where I was. I just had to take a bit of a break. The developmental leaps are horrible. Horrible, and I just feel really sorry for him. I just know that I can't do what I did last year for many reasons, and sustainability being one of them. And it's just kind of scary because at the minute I feel out of the loop with how the industry's going. Like all I'm seeing is how Etsy are like butchering artists and things. You're alright, sausage, good boy. I have made some decisions recently. One of them is probably going to be really confusing to all of you because in my last vlog I need to also say that I filmed that over a few weeks, so that's probably why it didn't make any sense. And I have had a couple of messages from some of you like, wasn't your shop meant to be open on Sunday? And because of when the video was filmed it probably makes no sense. But to try and make it a bit easier, I am going to be easy to understand, that is, I'm going to be opening my shop this Sunday and putting this vlog out before Sunday. So I think it's Sunday the 3rd of April. My shop will be open at 10 AM UK time, just for 24 hours again, just to keep things manageable for me. My patrons have access all the time because they have a password, so that's how I've been doing that with my patrons. But yeah, my mission at the moment is to try and filter out as much old stock as I can so that I can when I come back, truly focus on the things that I've been meaning to focus on for a really long time. But that also means streamlining what I'm doing, not spreading myself too thin, and just focusing on sustainability within my business, not just for a business sake but a lifestyle too. I've decided to focus a lot on fabric, so you can expect more pouches, bunting, scrunchies with offcuts, that kind of thing, because I think that fits in really well with my ethos too. I've just said to my dad, actually, in the garden centre, we were looking around all the children's books, and I said to him, like, the dream one day is to see my name in a children's book and actually have maybe written and illustrated one myself. It's just that I've never had the courage to do it, and I keep thinking years and years are going by and I still haven't got the courage, and I think it's just gonna have to be one of those things that I do it because I'm scared, and not just what I've told myself all these years is, oh, wait till you're ready, wait till you're ready, wait till you're ready. And if I keep waiting, I'm never going to be ready. So I'm trying to just, if I see, you know, I'm trying to be brave. I want to bring out some more zines because I think they're really good practice for like booklet layouts and things as well. And self-publishing is probably going to be the way forward that I go with this, or maybe even a Kickstarter. I know some people have done Kickstarters with publishing books and things, but honestly, it's a dream of mine, and I do keep saying to myself, like, you're not ready yet, you're not ready, and I think I'm just scared. I think that's what that is. I've also pulled out of my stockist, so in my last video I actually got stock especially for my stockist, but for a few reasons really. It hit me all at once that I don't want to be focusing on a stockist right now. I want to have that stock. Anything that my money can invest in right now, I really want it to be in my own shop. So all of those Mother's Day cards, I know Mother's Day is long gone, but some of them could even be, you know, stashed away until next year. I know those of you in the States and other places haven't had your Mother's Day yet, but some of them could just be, you know, just because cards for any mama figures that you have out there. But they are back in my shop now. My stockists have been really good to me. They've said whenever I want to go back, the door is open, and I really appreciate that. They've been so lovely about it. But I did go down and pull all of my stock out because I just wanted it here in my own shop, and I could manage whatever I've got left that feels, I didn't want it to feel like it was scattered all over the place, whereas if it's all here in my home, in my studio, I can focus once and for all on what I need to filter out and not leave anything left behind. I did bring home a couple of sets of bunting. When I say a couple, I mean a couple. There was one wolf one and one set of dragons, so if you missed those last time, there's going to be one set of each in the shop on Sunday. I will be making more bunting in the future, it's just that those designs might not come back. The dragons might, because they're a forever favourite, but I really want to focus on more magical and woodland fabrics for the, you know, rest of this year. I do want to expand, or focus rather, not expand. Expansion is not what I want to be doing right now. Streamline is what I want to do. Focus on stationery products, fabrics, and I think books and zines and stuff, to me anyway, falls under stationery. So accessories, maybe filter those out, but you know, paper-based goods is definitely something, it's a direction I want to go in. Along with fabric things, because they're long lasting and they are more sustainable products. They don't just get thrown away or used once or twice and just go in the bin. I hope not anyway. So yeah, I did pull out of my stockist, and it didn't make any sense from like following on from my last vlog, because I was sending stock down there, and literally a week after I dropped it off with them, I went back to collect every single thing. And it was a bit random, but just I had a gut feeling that I just needed to focus on my own stuff for now. I think it's looking likely that I won't be coming back to work full-time, like properly reopening my shop, that is, and not doing these random 24-hour openings like once a month. I think it's looking likely the end of summer will be when I'm back properly. And also baby bear will be a bit more independent then, because right now he needs me a lot, he needs me every second of the day. So it's just not realistic for me to open my shop right now, as much as I would love to. It's also times like this as well that, I mean, I think there's a lot of pressure on artists, and especially when you see some of the I don't want to say bigger names because that's, I don't like the sound of that. More like people with a bigger following. A lot of them do have their own studio spaces and things, and I think sometimes, not that they intend to, that's not what I'm saying, but I think it does make people with a less of a following feel that they will only be successful when they've got their own studio space, or they work externally outside of their home, or they have a dedicated space that isn't in their home. And I think it's like that imagery more than anything that people strive to be, to achieve. Hello, I have returned. I've just put him down. I really needed to pee. So I don't really know if any of that made sense, or it doesn't even really make sense to me right now. All I know is that I feel like I left my work at the end of last year when I left to have my boy. I left it in a place where it was just utter chaos. I felt so burnt out. It's also making me address the fact that I work to make myself feel better. I work to block out my anxious thoughts, and it's an unhealthy coping mechanism, I think, and I've never before now had to really stare that in the face. I'm still trying to figure out a direction. I think it's coming to me. I think it's coming, but there is still a lot of unknown, I guess, because I left my work and my business. I feel like I've abandoned it in a state of chaos at the end of last year, because it was also the festive season, so everything was a bit upside down, as it always is around that kind of time. I don't want to blow this, like, I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, but it does feel like the level of hustle that I was doing last year has left a bit of trauma in a way, you know, like a trauma response is like, I don't want to go into that, I don't want to go back there, I don't want to have to put myself under that much pressure. And yes, part of that pressure was me doing it to myself, but I also felt like I had to get anywhere, to earn a living. It's a difficult one, because last year was tough. Here's a bit of honesty that I think is probably too much for YouTube, but I think I was okay with running myself into the ground. I was okay with damaging myself and burning myself out, whereas now it's not just me, it's my son. I can't be burnt out for my son. I can't put myself into that sort of state of tiredness constantly and be a shell of myself, because that's not the person that I want my son to be exposed to and to grow up with and rely on. And I don't want that to rub off onto him. This intense work ethic, I don't want him to watch me doing that and think, and I'm not saying that success is undeserved from any artist or anyone that has like blown up and been really successful. I'm not saying it's undeserved, nothing like that. But I think a lot of us right now are recognising that it's tough. So I'm going to go now, because I've got a feeling this vlog, after that entire chat about plants, work, more books, has gone on for quite enough, and I don't want to completely take over your weekend. But yes, as I say, the shop will be open again on Sunday. Links will be down below as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon.